Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and I'm recording this at about 7:30 on Thursday, July the 7th. Got a frontal boundary, which is going to make some slow progress into the state, so just going to tell you right off the top here, it's going to be northern Arkansas that's going to be favored, but I think even central Arkansas could see some thunderstorms. We'll see how far south it gets. But I'm going to explain the danger, and the reason why there is some heightened concern is because some of the rainfall amounts could be quite heavy. It's a weekend, a lot of people doing some outdoor things, such as across northern Arkansas. This is a map off of weatherbell.com. I just want to show you over the past 30 days the amount of rain. And there's been a corridor from I-67, 167 up into northeastern Arkansas, where amounts have generally, over the past 30 days, have been very small, around 2 inches or less. And even out here towards the west, in Montgomery County, 1.3 inches. Highest amounts, there's been several inches of rain across far northern Arkansas. Again, that's over the past 30 days, but you can kind of see where things are really starting to dry out. And let me see if I can scoot this over a little bit. You see there are drought conditions now that are, it's just abnormally dry is what they're saying here in the yellow, which does extend through Pulaski County out towards the west and into portions of western Arkansas. And let me show you this as well. The wildfire danger is considered moderate. That includes Pulaski, Faulkner, White, Cleburne, Van Buren, Conway, and Perry County. Again, this is as of the 7th at 7:34. So I just want to give you a sense of where it's been dry, quite wet across the north, and we're starting to dry things out in this area of the state. And I think we're going to go into what, or this next rain event is going to follow what has happened over the past 30 days, and that this is going to favor northern Arkansas. And there's conflicting information with the model data. This is the European computer model, showing generally 2 to 3 inches of rain across northern Arkansas with a very sharp gradient. Again, this is the European model. What you see here in the orange, everything in the orange and into this pink or purple, whatever you want to call it, is about 1 to 2 inches. Everything below this orange line, this orange area, is below 1 inch. So you can see the European is modeling, the European model is favoring northern Arkansas. This is not saying everybody across northern Arkansas is going to get 2 to 4 inches of rain. That's not what this is saying, because we're dealing with a convective type of situation, an event, which just means thunderstorms. Some places will get more and some places will get less, but this is a general average. It's night and day. This is the GFS rain forecast, and less than an inch for much of the state, so there are some discrepancies there. This is, again, those maps were from the GFS and the European. This is from weatherbell.com, taking the Weather Prediction Center's analysis, what we call the manual progs, and sort of following what the European has outlined, generally 2, maybe 3 inches of rain in this corridor in northern Arkansas. This is where the frontal boundary is probably going to be the focusing point for thunderstorms this weekend. And notice how the amounts of rainfall will drop off. Again, some places will get more, some places will get much less. It just depends on where that boundary ends up. And again, thunderstorms. So if you get under 1 and it sits there, you can get a whole lot more than 2 inches, or it could just miss you and you don't get much at all. That's summertime for you, isn't it? All right, so let me see if I can blow this up just a little bit. Yeah, so this is at 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And this is from the RPM model, which I've never been a really big fan of. It's run 12 times a day, comes up with 12 completely separate solutions most of the time. But the frontal boundary is located across northern Arkansas, or at least close to the Missouri border. And it's going to fire off some thunderstorms, and there could be what's called an outflow boundary, where it sends out a rush of air, it heads southward, and that could be the focal point for more thunderstorm development. Don't take this literally, and say, there's going to be a thunderstorm here, there's going to be a thunderstorm right here. You can't take that literally. I looked at the same piece of data, the same computer model this morning, and it had a thunderstorm over Greenbrier at this time, and you can see it's obviously changed at this point. So you can't take this literally, but I think thunderstorms will be more prevalent late tomorrow across northern Arkansas. Some of those could work their way into central Arkansas as well. Now, this is Saturday at 7 o'clock. Let me blow this up. Whoops, wrong way, Todd. This is Saturday at 7, and I think, again, this will be the focus point, and it's showing, and usually the RPM, after, give it a few more runs, and it will start to catch up on this, but I think there'll be more thunderstorms in this area of the state. I'm sorry, the further south you live, the chances are much less than compared to northern Arkansas. So it's this area of the state surrounding that frontal boundary that we could see some very big rainfall. And there's also the threat, of course, because there will be a lot of, or at least sufficient amounts of instability, that there's a slight risk for severe weather. Again, let me blow this up because I didn't do that before. But there's a slight risk for severe weather. This is on Friday. For basically the northern 2 rows of counties. So that's the area that I pay attention to. The Storm Prediction Center has issued this, and there is a marginal, what they call marginal, and to me that's not, there could be thunderstorms further south. The threat for severe weather from those is very much on the low side. This is, and of course we'll monitor it, but this would be the area of the state closer to that front that I would pay more attention to. So this is not going to be your typical summertime pop-up shower thunderstorm in the afternoon. There's the potential for some locally heavy rainfall with some of these thunderstorms. Where exactly is impossible to tell, but it's favoring north and northeast Arkansas. If you have plans to go up there to the lakes or the rivers, or if you're doing anything outdoors out there, even if you live in just a low-lying area, it's best to just pay attention to the weather this weekend. I don't think it's going to be a washout, but it does appear that northern Arkansas is going to be favored. Again, this is the Weather Prediction Center. They're what we call manual progs. And for the rainfall, that's all the way through Sunday evening. And then you look at the past, and you see over the past 30 days, the higher amounts of rainfall across northern Arkansas compared to most of the other rest of the states. So that's why I think it's going to kind of follow that. Plus, you got a ridge of high pressures in place further south you go, so these fronts have a really difficult time pushing towards the south. And if you're hoping for rain in central or even especially southern Arkansas, what you want to see is these thunderstorms put out what's called a gust of air and outflow boundary, where other thunderstorms can develop due to the instability during the heating of the day mainly. So I hope I didn't get overly complicated there. Let's keep an eye to the skies, and we will do that for you right here on Channel 7, the Arkansas Weather Blog, and of course on social media. Have a great evening, everybody.